Hi, I'm Skinny Cheeks, and today I wanted to cover the news from the Week 2 and Week 3 patch notes for ESO. There haven't been a whole lot of significant changes, especially in the Week 2 notes, which is why I didn't cover them last week, but I thought I'd go ahead and combine them all together for this video. If you are looking for videos for all of the major changes in the Waking Flame DLC, I did release 3 already, covering all the big changes from the Week 1 patch notes. Alright, let's go ahead and get into it. So we did get a release date now for the Waking Flame DLC. It'll be August 23rd for PC and August 31st for console. So just a few weeks out now. Jumping into some of the changes for Dragonite Corrosive Armor, this ultimate now grants offensive penetration rather than only physical penetration. So this was originally part of the Week 1 patch notes, but was accidentally left out. So this is kind of cool, as this will now buff Stam DK's Flames of Oblivion ability, and it also makes it an option for Mag DKs to run as well. Pretty interesting change here. There was also a change to Rejuvenation, reduced the bonus to health, magicka, and stamina recovery per stage to 1.8, down from 3. The final recovery will be 90 rather than 150. This was also supposed to be in the Week 1 patch notes. You know, nerfs always suck a little bit, but they did add in a new CP node where you can get 150 recovery if you have any negative effect on you. So I think that could come into play even in some PvE encounters, but in others, we're just going to have to deal with the sustain nerf. This is probably the biggest one here for the companions. This is a huge change. Bastian has ditched the clean-shaven look and returned to his previous stubbled self. Hell yeah, brother. Then Battle Spirit, we have reduced the damage taken bonus to 50% on this effect, down from 55%. Increased the healing received penalty to 55%, up from 50%. We will no longer detail the effective strength of these changes to prevent potential confusion. So the developer comment on this: after sifting through much of the feedback and data provided with dueling and theoretical encounters, we've dialed back some of the added mitigation to Battle Spirit. Additionally, we've heard much of the discussion on fears that the changes to damage reduction in their current state will cause a heavy resurgence of stalemating encounters, so we've also reduced the healing received in these environments in an effort to counteract this. By reducing healing taken and increasing base effective health by increasing damage reduction, we hope to see less situations of insane bursts tearing players apart, but also similar or less situations where healing supplements your ability to sustain constant pressure. So I won't focus on this change too much, but it does seem like they're listening to the community feedback on this. A lot of people have been complaining about it, so seems like they heard you. People were saying they went a little too far with the mitigation, especially paired with all the other things that were going on in the patch, so looks like they dialed that back just a little bit. For Sorcerers, Ball of Lightning, the Ball of Lightning summoned from this ability now only intercepts projectiles from the caster of the ability rather than any ally in the ball's vicinity. The ball now only absorbs up to 1 projectile per second, down from 100. The developer comment says this ability is currently enabling far too much protection against ranged attackers, not only for the caster but their allies as well, meaning skilled sorcerers can deny any ranged threats when properly utilizing this skill for them and their group. I'll be honest, I haven't mag-sorked in PvP for quite some time, since before this skill was reworked this way anyway, so I'd be talking out of my butt if I tried to comment on this change, but if anyone has any feedback on it, happy to hear it. For the two-handed line, Cleave, increased the radius of this ability and its morphs to 6 meters, up from 5 meters. This change was done to give some breathing room to land while moving, as well as for better consistency when compared to our standard area of effect size. So this is nice. This is an adjustment to the previous Week 1 change where they increased the arc but reduced the radius. Now they are increasing it back a little bit, and it should cover a decent bit more area than it currently is on live. For the Undaunted skill line, Inner Fire, this ability's damage taken bonus now only works against non-player characters. Reduce the damage taken bonus to 10% at rank 4, down from 15%, to reduce situations where this ability may have been run over another damaging ability in solo encounters. Again, it looks like they're listening to the feedback here. This was going to be a pretty much must-run skill in PvP and solo play, and even was going to be used in some other strange types of scenarios, so this should make it still a nice solo option, but more for its intended use as a little boost to that bruiser off tank / DPS kind of role. Alright, Fitness, Juggernaut. Reduce the damage reduction bonus from this star to 1% per stage, down from 2%, to ensure its power is similar to other damage reduction sources in regard to its ease of access to keep up. So this was a really strong CP node. You pretty much saw it in every PvP build, as crowd control immunity in PvP is something that is up a lot, so I'm not sure if 5% now will be worth it compared to some of the other new nodes that they added, but we'll have to see how it all plays out. For the set Soul Shine, they fixed an issue where the set was not acting off channeled abilities. So this set is okay. It is nice because it can be front barred since the bonus lasts 5 seconds, so it'll carry over to your back bar. So a little better than Julianos for that reason, but still not as great as some of the other sets that are available now in today's game, but not bad at all for an overland set. So I'm glad to see it's working correctly now. For the set Plague Break, reduce the cooldown of this set to 100 milliseconds, down from 10 seconds. And this set now only applies itself to any target that isn't already under the effects of this set. So the developer comment, this set continues to be unable to stack from multiple users, and the cooldown exists to prevent the ability of instantly applying damage over time to multiple targets with one attack. The original tooltip on this did have that 10-second cooldown. This effect can occur once every 10 seconds. So now that that cooldown is only 100 milliseconds, you can apply this to multiple targets. You can't hit it on multiple with the same direct damage AoE cast. So say you go in with a brawler on several enemies, it's only going to apply to one of those enemies. I'm assuming the first one hit by the brawler. But then if you hit that group with the brawler again, someone else in that pack's going to get this dot on them. And then if you hit with another brawler, someone else in the group's going to get hit with the dot on them, and so on. So you can, with each AoE direct damage hit, you could start applying this to multiple people, or with single target direct damage as well if you wanted to focus different targets. And then if those get purged off, oh man, the explosions are going to start going crazy. So this sounds pretty fun to me. So brawler or carve spamming a group and multiple people explode at the same time when they're purged. Man, really interested to see how this one ends up working out. And then finally, Trials Sanctum Ophidia Stonebreaker. Reduce the damage of the Ground Slam ability. Stonebreaker will no longer use the Leaping Crush ability. So I try not to talk too much crap, but this has been broken for like a year now and reported so many times by many different people. But as soon as the creative director, Rich Lambert, streams the trial and runs into it being broken live on Twitch, it's fixed within a week. So don't get me wrong, I'm glad they fixed it, but come on, we've been saying this is broken forever. All right, crap talking done. I am glad it's fixed. Thank you guys for taking care of it. So that about covers it for the recent ESO news. I'll make sure to keep you guys all up to date on any important changes that come over the rest of the PTS. As of now, my plans for the Waking Flame DLC are to get a Magicka Dragonite build done, since I know it's long overdue. And then both the Magplar and Stamplar got some changes to their class kits, so I'll likely be working on those next. I think the rest of my Blackwood builds should still be identical and good to go for the Waking Flame patch, unless they throw in some crazy changes in the remainder of the PTS cycle. So I want to give a big thanks to my current Patreon supporters. If you'd like to see how you can help support the channel through Patreon, I'll have a link in the description below. And a special thanks to Nicholas, Simon, Privy League Guild on PlayStation's EU server, Cougar's Bay in the Cougartown Guild, Gandalf Legris, Stridig, and Delta. Thank you all so much for stopping by. I'll see you in the next one. Bye.